I have said for years that your voice contains a holographic representation of you, and we have held that the body has the ability to self-diagnose and to reorganize according to that information, and that's what we do for you if you ever end up here at the center. So this idea of the body green, the body supporting its own health and wellness through the nano voice and the other programs that we have for people that deal with your health and your nutrition and your muscles and your immune system and your pre-vaccination risk factors. We can rebuild our kidneys, we can rebuild our bowel, we can rebuild our hip joint. And they've done studies on this. If given optimal nutrition, the body can rebuild itself. Now sometimes a gene is involved, but we have decoded the genes and we can give you the genes. So that's an exciting piece of information. And by the way, we're going to release that at our conference coming up in May, and the public is invited to our open house in May. That means that you can come here and get your vocal print done for free, as long as we last, May 15th. And you can get more information on that by writing to us at soundhealth@soundhealth.org. So that'll be May 15th, open house. Come and see us. They're serving food. And we're going to talk about, during that conference, for people who have taken our courses, about how to rebuild the body, how to rebuild a kidney, how to rebuild an eye, how to rebuild your throat when somebody has Parkinson's.
Hello.
Hello? Are you a caller?
Oh, hi there. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. Okay, are you calling to make a comment, or you would like your voice analyzed?
I wouldn't mind it now. I'll just quickly, so my name's Ken, I'm calling from London in the UK, and I heard about you on Coast to Coast. The reason we're talking over each other is this delay on the line from
Are you, this is the middle of the night for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it's 2 in the morning.
Would you like to have your voice analyzed?
Yeah, sure, go right ahead.
What's your name?
What do I do?
Well, tell me.
Ken.
Did you say Ken, K-E-N?
Yeah, Ken as in Kenneth. Yeah. Hi, yeah, so basically my question was, I'm hearing a lot about the potential that there may be food shortages coming up in the future. And although I have a way of saving bulk food, which is really staple food, I was wondering if your technology could help to reproduce, by using sounds, the vibrational frequencies of such things as enzymes, vitamins, minerals, without having to physically take them in. So as a sort of daily supplement, instead of having to buy supplements, especially with codex elementaris coming in, is there a way that one could use your technology to supplement by using sound itself? Because there isn't always a need to sort of keep buying from a consumer standpoint, but instead...
okay, we have it. We have it, so I am going to put in your topic as food storage in case of shortage. Okay, your voice comes in all red.
Oh.
It says, if you ever had to lie to see justice done, you would do it because your sense of justice does not always jive with the law. It's easy for you to see the, it's easy for you to see the faults in others, but don't always have a way to get your point across politely. Have people told you that?
Yes, many times.
You have a high degree of intuition when it comes to listening to what people are not saying. Your highest note deals with expression through words both written and oral. You have the ability to use words very creatively. You have the ability to inspire people using stories and demonstrations. You can get satisfaction out of being able to help others find and correct their mistakes. Any of this you, Ken?
Yeah, I'm just curious as to how you put in this information out. It's all true. What you're saying, these are all very sort of innate things within me.
Well, I'm just...
how does my voice frequency translate to what you just told me? In the substance of what I spoke to you while you obtained my voice print, is there any way that you can answer my question?
Okay, yes, we have done experiments. We did one with Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and I sang a song, or just notes, to vegetables, and then they gave the vegetables a laser shot with the same frequency that I was singing, or at a higher octave, and the ones that got the laser shot rotted, and the ones I sang to dehydrated. We have not carried that through to be able to look at it, but we think that we can dehydrate food with this, and in many, many instances we have been able to give people the frequencies of the natural things in their body and kick them into working. We cannot give you raw materials, like we cannot give you elements, but we can give you the frequencies that allow your body to kick those elements into compounds so they work. So the answer to that is yes. We can
okay,
make...
but what do you mean? What do you mean dehydrated food? You removed its pH content?
I sang to them and let them set, and they dehydrated. Beside them, a little ways away, they set the vegetables that the laser had. The vegetables had been exposed to a laser of the same frequency, a different octave than what I sang. And the food that I sang to dehydrated, the other rotted very quickly, but mine stayed there for about 1.5 years, and they were just dehydrated pieces of food.
So would you say that you're singing your note and that frequency accelerated the dehydration?
All such things in the universe, from what I can gather, are all part of the electromagnetic spectrum. And within that, they all have a specific resonant frequency or harmonic frequency.
Yes, we have proven that.
We're eating an apple, yeah. Within the apple are many elements that we recognize as atoms. But those atoms, or those elements, they all have their own resonant frequency. Yeah? So
absolutely.
Frequency. Yeah, what I'm trying to say is that can you not reproduce, for example, the matrix? Because when I use the word matrix, I mean, the food matrix of an apple consists of maybe, a certain percentage of cyanide, a certain percentage of vitamin, whatever it's got in it, etc., etc., etc. So that's why, with pharmaceuticals, how they isolate and synthetically reproduce these elements in too many great quantities that are not good for you, or, just on their own that are good for you.
Ken, we cannot produce an apple with sound, Ken. We can only work within a biological entity like a human. We have worked with grapes, and we can sprout seeds quicker, but we cannot, out of sound, create an apple. Cassie has a question here.
No, I don't want you to create the apple. I want you to create the nutritional value of the apple and sort of transmit it to the human being to give them that benefit. But I haven't physically eat the apple.
I wanted to refer you to one of our journals, Ken, that will answer a lot of these questions for you. It's the Journal of Bioacoustic Biology. It's online. It's about 80 pages long. It will answer a lot of questions, just like what you're asking right now.
It's free.
And it's free.
Okay. Oh, excellent. Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling, Ken. Cassie, you had a question.
When you were talking about the dehydration stuff, were you saying that the frequency of your voice and the frequency of the laser were accelerants in the dehydration process?
Yes, they were accelerants in the dehydration process. But my voice has very unusual properties, and you can read about it in this journal. My voice will also mix up iron oxide on the old reel-to-reel tapes. I could sing to a tape, and it would cause the iron oxide on the tape to mess up. Actually, I did a project with the government with that shortly before CDs came out. But if a lot of you will remember, we have talked about Sylvia Franck, who is a English writer. She wrote The Tree of Life and the Holy Grail, and she has named what we do as information from the Holy Grail, and she names me as a keeper of the Holy Grail, and that's the information I'm trying to pass on to people. And that may be my need to do it, that I have some kind of genetic memory that's going on.